All those that have been affected by serve as the auxiliary to the government. You think government doesn't need support? Government equally needs support, and we serve as auxiliary to the government in times of emergency.
Right. Let's talk about volunteers. How can people become volunteers in humanitarian services? Like the Red Cross, you said we pray to get trained, but is it possible for people to just volunteer without having to pay to be trained, just for them to be able to help others and provide help to people?
Thank you very much. When I say you pay to get trained, nothing goes for free. Whatever knowledge you are acquiring, irrespective of the support you are having, sometimes our organization subsidize 99%, where you have to provide 1%. Your transportation to the venue, sometimes they provide this, but your timing, we cannot even pay for the time spent for all these trainings we acquire to render humanitarian services. And humanitarian services comes with an act of humanity. Your willingness to say, yes, I am ready to do. For you to just stand up and say, I want to help. I want to give my time to support somebody. I want to give up my money to support somebody. I want to give up my humanity. So you must have that.
Growing up, schools, primary schools, secondary schools, they used to have Red Cross Society where they teach some of these pupils, some of these students about humanitarian activities. Alright, what is the situation like in our present, so that they will know
this age? We will continue to encourage the HN to please encourage this. We visit schools in Ekiti, especially we limit to Ekiti now. In Ekiti, we move from one school to another to it. Some did not see it as something important. And this thing go from stages to another. Not minding that a primary school pupil can be an help to the teacher, even to the parent or to the fellow students. The same thing with the student, secondary school, even in another institution, at every grade of life. Whatever you might have learned goes a long way. Something as much as probably, a group, but it goes to every homes, every individual. It belongs to everybody. Must take part or have the knowledge of these humanitarian services.
Thank you very much.
The person, the way we talk, or the people with disability, how do we relate with them in our community goes a long way. So the psychosocial support is number one that goes a long way in humanitarian services.
Alright, so aside from psychosocial support, which is, you said is very, very important, what other support can the communities provide?
It's very at any moment. I used to tell people that I have the knowledge of first aid doesn't mean I can't be a casualty tomorrow. And if I'm a casualty, who is the next person to be able to teach first aid categories so that they should learn first aid support? And after providing psychosocial support, we have bags of rice in my house and I have someone who is hungry. I don't just tell the person story God will provide. I can equally give a cup of rice to relieve the person's problem. And goes like that. And goes like that. Thank you.
Alright. So how can society...
Thank you.
Alright. So how can the society promote compassion, inclusion? We talked about people with disability. So how can the society promote inclusion, solidarity, standing with people?
You don't see someone with disability as an outcast. Everybody has value. They're not important.
Thank you very much. When I look at traditional rulers, religious organizations, the community groups,
regarding of traditional ruler and religious leader, people collapse at 49 or then. Who comes into the society to tell the people that this is the problem we have, this is what to do, and this is what not to do? How do we provide wash into our inculcate wash into our society? And most importantly, inclusion. Everybody should be included in every practices we carry on in the society.
Thank you very much. So what are the specific roles that humanitarian organizations like yours play during emergencies? And
first aid. We have different types of first aid. Like I've been saying, we have physical, the normal first aid that people are aware of. We provide CPR, manage the bleeding, and all the rest. We equally provide psychosocial support, that is psychological first aid. In psychological first aid, that is when you now start migrating to livelihood, where you provide food for the needy, provide clothing for the needy, you provide shelter. There are people in IDP camp that will build camps for a lot of things we do when it comes to first aid. There are different categories of first aid that we provide in Red Cross.
Okay, thank you. To be ready to
list mind also to buy into it, because in every home, in every family, first aid is very important. Humanitarian mind is very important. When your neighbor is hungry, you are in danger. When your neighbor is not happy, you are in danger. But when you make them come into first aid services, and I don't think you see that a lot of people have relief, because there will be show of love everywhere.
Yeah, still talking about humanitarian activities. First thing you see is someone bringing out the phone just to capture the moment, not wondering that, and not minding what the person did.
Last week, I encountered an accident, and when that accident occurred, I had to tell the person, "Oh, move," and I crossed over to attend. And getting there, I saw people making video, doing all sorts of things, but that is not my home priority. But at the same time, when I got there, I started instructing people on what to do in the hospital. But what I think it is important, we still need more training. We need more propaganda, or training on how to help people. We need more enlightenment to enlighten these people on what to do when there are such cases. A lot of them do not see it as anything bad. They don't know what to do. Even some of them are even scared of, okay, when I help this person to the hospital, they will help me down at the hospital. But today, I'm very sure at the various either private or public hospitals or health centers we have, when you move a casualty to the hospital on an emergency, they will definitely attend to the person. Also, the state government has provided emergency ambulance number that you can call. That when you call, the ambulance, in fact, there is ambulance. It may not be enough. The government and bring smiles to the cities. We are helping the government. We are supporting the
force, or they are very effective.
In the state of environment,
they are very effective.
In the state of environment and under need of first aid and humanitarian services.
So if that comes in, they want to make it stronger.
It will go a long way. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Very nice. A lot of people like, okay, if this person is a nice person, if he cares about others, then can we say the person is providing humanitarian services, or what is the difference between humanitarian services and just ordinary charity?
Yeah, charity and humanitarian service go along. And being nice is another thing. You can be nice and you may not be nice an outsider. But when you are in humanitarian in nature, everybody is equal in your presence. Even if you prefer to render help to outsiders.
Thank you very much. So, because of our time, so what is your message to individuals, to organizations, about the importance of helping people in need?
The simple message is everybody should learn to be humanitarian in nature. Learn to
Atta. Many thanks for being on Atta. Many thanks for being on the program. Dear viewers, many thanks on the program. Dear viewers, many thanks.